Okay guys, I decided to do one more. I still have some paint left and I want to use it up, so I have to store it. So I'm going to do a flip cup. I'm going to use a bigger canvas too. Oh, and the other thing is, this is just a kitchen, like a cooling rack kind of thing, obviously covered in paint now. You can also put push pins in all the corners of your canvas, and that'll hold it up off the surface if you don't want to use like a rack or something else. I've done both. I've been using the rack lately. I think we're going to use three because it's funner that way. So, and I may not have enough paint for this, but we're just going to try it. Okay. These are just kind of, they're not as like clean as the ring pour. I mean, the paints can kind of mix in here a little and it doesn't matter quite as much. Since I had some clumps before, let's see if I can stir those out. I don't have a lot of, some of these colors are almost all gone. But you guys can see it's kind of random, like it, you don't have to worry about keeping it neat. You can, I do definitely make a mess for sure. Okay, let's go with this other blue. This is the metallic one. And green. I really think this was the one that was not mixed well. This is the one that had the biggest globs, so probably a little too thick too. And dark brown. And because this one is using up old paint, I'm going to try a little of the magenta on this one. This was stored, this was probably made up, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago. And I think it's a combination of a couple of reds, like a magenta and maybe I have like a satin red. And then I also have this metallic deco art garnet, so it might be a little of this in there too. So we're going to just use a little red, just for fun. Red and brown go good. Put more in this one. And I haven't used the white yet, although I'm not going to put it next to the red because that'll make it pinky. Let's see. Let's do a little yellow, because maybe the yellow and red will make a cool orange. I don't have much yellow left, so... Okay, ooh, you can see this is making some cool stuff. I don't know why, but some blue. Of course, that blue and yellow is going to make green, so oh well. Okay. Now now maybe I'll use up the white. Just a little bit left. Not any of that really. These are pretty much all gone except for these two. This one just has a little. The other thing is you don't have to do them in the same order in each cup. If you wanted to mix it up, or if you wanted to make the center cup a little different, that's kind of cool too. So it's an option. Okay, maybe a little green. Okay, I'm trying to put these out of the way. So, yeah, I think I've pretty much used them all up, except for maybe the red. Yeah, I don't want to add more red. Okay, so this is the fun part. This one has a little less paint, or maybe, I don't know. I like to have the outer edges have more paint. If you're using a bigger canvas, you're going to need a little more paint, or you can do like 5 cups, or you do 2 big cups. There's a lot of different, you can do 1 cup. But the idea is up in the corner, I'm going to flip this one and let it sit. Flip this one, flip this one. So, and if you didn't watch the other videos, the medium is 2 parts glue, 1 part water. Mix all that up in a big jug here that I do Elmers Glueall and water, and I measure it on a scale. So if I put like 500 grams of glue, then I'll do like 250 grams of water, and then mix it really good. And then that's mixed with the paints, and it's typically 1 part paint to 2 parts medium, but it depends on how thick the paint is to begin with. Some paints are thicker than others. So like I noticed the Deco Art paints are thinner. I think Artesia paints are thick. That's what I've found. I think that's right. I haven't used them for a little bit. So anyway, let these sit for a second. And honestly, this next part is the part I'm not so good at. So yeah, and I'm in my quarantine clothes right now, and I haven't had a shower yet. So if you happen to see my face, just ignore the situation, because it is what it is. Just having some fun this morning before I go clean up. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to pull this up and pull it down to get paint all the way down here as much as we can. And sometimes that's hard. If you pull up too fast, you end up with a big blob here and none down here. If you scrape it too much, you scrape it to the bottom, and then, so that to me is the hardest part. So slowly lift, and then just kind of drag it down. And as you can see, I didn't do a good job of getting it all the way down. Ooh, that's cool. So because we're going to be tilting this, you can put the excess paint kind of on the corners just to kind of help with the tilting. So that's a good thing to do. And then I'm going to do this side next. Yeah, hope I used enough paint on this one. Maybe I should have used a smaller canvas. I think we're okay. We'll figure it out. Okay, this one I'm gonna okay, and one other cup. I'm gonna scrape. You can sort of see here how I pulled the color too much down. So, like I said, that's the part of this process that I kind of suck at. But we'll try. Okay, so you can kind of see some cells are popping up. And I haven't torched it or anything yet. That's the silicone. I'm gonna, now I guess what I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna try and tilt enough to cover the whole canvas. And since I'm a little concerned about not having enough paint, I'm gonna try not to go off the edges as much until I get the whole canvas mostly covered. And then we can, and what's really cool is you can kind of see over here how the cells are really stretching out. And I usually don't have very good luck with that part of it. So I'm kind of hoping that I can keep that a little bit. We'll see. I'm definitely really bad about overworking things. Okay, so now we definitely need to go towards this corner. But kind of bummed because I really like that little red area, but there's not too much I can do about it, I don't think. Okay, so kind of probably should have stopped a second ago and torched it, but I'm going to go ahead and torch now. So you can see a lot more cells popping out. So we have the big ones that were already there, and then the little ones from the torch. So I'll go this way first. So I also have another glob of thick paint right there, which I don't like. So you can see how it's kind of stretching out those cells a little. It's kind of fun. Sometimes it stretches them too much though, and they don't look like cells when you're done. Definitely, yeah, over the edge. Okay, got just a couple more edges to get to. This one's kind of cool, except for that big glob. This is not a good idea because it'll probably ruin everything. But I did it anyway. I'm gonna see if I can get over that last edge without losing all that color on the edge there, because it's really pretty. The light metallic-y blue is really looking pretty with the other colors. Let's see, over the edge, did I make it? Not quite. And I lost most of the blue, oh well. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back and get all the corners that still have a few little white spots on them. So another cool thing you can do, if you're so inclined, is you can let all the paint, if you have a silicone mat or a surface that you can peel from, a day or two later, the paint will be peelable. You peel it off and you can actually cut it into things and make it into jewelry. You can buy little pendants with the glass, I forgot what they're called, but oh, there's a name for them. Anyway, and you can make jewelry, and that's kind of fun. Some people do that with they call them skins when they dry. So I still have some bubbles, and don't necessarily want to add too many little 2 more little cells, which I will probably end up doing. Okay. So yeah, I like this one. The only thing I don't really like is this little white area, but it's not really, I don't know. I'm not sure if I can do anything with it. Maybe tilt a little more off, I don't know. And I guess I only did have white, a little bit of white in this. But you can see, like over here, the white must have mixed in with the red to make a little pink. This is the only place where the white kind of stands out to me. So maybe I could tilt off enough to get rid of that big old globby area there. Ooh, it's almost done. Hey, that's good. What do you think? Should I stop? Stop while I'm ahead? Okay. So that's a flip cup. This is another one. If you don't like it, you can swipe it. So then you can put your swipe color, put a little bead of this at the top or in the middle. Got brown, got dark, like a dark blue, and white is the very common swipe color. You can swipe it. These are also fun to balloon kiss and make some stuff into flowers. Might do that. You can wait about 30 minutes to do those after the paint just starts to dry a little. I think that that's a little bit better to wait a little if you're going to use the balloon on it. This one, I don't know. I don't know if the balloon would really do much for it because the cells are a little wonky. Anyway, okay. Bye.